A common approach for anybody on LinkedIn, if they're having success or if they're not having success with their content, is to post more. And this is not growing their LinkedIn. My name is Wally McCarthy, and I'm a LinkedIn coach. I help my clients achieve success on the LinkedIn platform so they can seize the opportunities that come with using LinkedIn. So it's extremely common that if things aren't going right for someone on LinkedIn, that they feel they need to post more. And what I've noticed is when people are actually having success on LinkedIn, they are beginning to post even more. And this, for the both those kind of scenarios, is the wrong approach to take. And why is that? Because what you are actually trying to do is you are losing what you are setting out to do. And it's very clear that a lot of people have no strategy when they take this approach. And what I want to cover with you today is why posting more isn't growing your LinkedIn. And the first one is because when you are increasing your volume without positioning, you are automatically failing publishing that content because no one is getting an understanding of what your level of expertise is, what you are trying to showcase them about you. You are literally just sharing content with very little positioning of how you can help that reader. So the reader might be taking information from the content, but they are not going to contact you. They are not going to connect with you even on LinkedIn. When you share content on LinkedIn, you should be positioning your content so that when the reader sees your content, not just the first post, but over time, the positioning becomes clear so that that reader can engage in your content, but also understand what your level of expertise is, but more importantly, what your offering is. And that offering is what problems do you solve for that individual? So, posting content without positioning is a fail. And that's why you're not seeing the results on LinkedIn. Another one is attracting the wrong audience. And this really does come into play where people are looking to go viral. Everybody wants viral content. They think if they can go viral on social media, that it brings a level of success. It doesn't. It actually brings the wrong audience to you. Because what happens here is you may get a lot of engagement, but they're not your ideal clients. And once you post again, the same people will not return. So you're not gaining anything from it. So trying to go viral is not a strategy people should have because it's attracting the wrong audience. Instead, focus in and identify your target audience and write to them. You'll get a lot more relevant engagement and connection requests. The other reason why posting more isn't growing your LinkedIn is because you don't have or haven't identified the correct themes or pillars for your content. So you're really posting content without a plan, without any kind of structure. And as a result, it just doesn't help the reader again understand what you are offering. So, what you need to do when you start off creating content on LinkedIn is look at your level of expertise and your offering, and then write out the key content pillars. 3 or 4 should suffice. And from there, go deeper into each of those pillars with some sort of content ideas, and then flesh that out and expand it into the actual content. And from there, you can really clearly see the themes that you have, the ideas that you want to write about, and your writing becomes a lot better. And in turn, your engagement will increase and you'll start attracting the right audience. Because what LinkedIn is about is not about creating a lot of content, it's about creating the right content for your target audience. So always start off by identifying your target audience, seeing what those challenges are, focusing on your level of expertise, and then mapping out those pillars, those content ideas, and writing content that addresses those challenges and showcases your expertise to your ideal client on LinkedIn. And the last really important area is why you're posting more isn't growing your LinkedIn is because your LinkedIn profile is not optimized. So, what happens when you create and publish content on LinkedIn is someone will see that content, they'll engage in it, but they'll see it. And more than likely, if they like the content, if it resonates with them, they'll view your profile. And first impressions matter, especially when it comes to your LinkedIn profile. So, if it's not optimized, that visitor will not connect with you. So make the most of your LinkedIn banner so that it clearly shows who you help and how you help them. Put some social proof in there because that is the first thing that people will see is that of your LinkedIn banner when they land on your profile. Probably one of the reasons why they're viewing your profile anyway is not only for your content but also for your LinkedIn headline, because that will be visible when you do share content and when you comment on the platform. But the really key area on your LinkedIn profile, and the reason that visitors are probably not connecting with you when they land on it, is because your about section is not focusing enough on them and showcasing your level of expertise. The majority of LinkedIn about sections read like a CV, and they also do not have a call to action. So that call to action is really important because if you look at it, this reader has taken the time to read all the detail that you've shared in your about section. You could have a really strong about section, but you haven't guided them to the next step. And that's what your call to action should be focusing in on. So, volume is not the answer on LinkedIn. It's about identifying your strategy, your ideal client, having a plan for your content, sharing and identifying those pillars, expanding it into your content ideas, and writing for your ideal client. But more importantly, don't forget your LinkedIn profile. Make sure it's optimized because the content will create visibility, but your LinkedIn profile will convert. If you're not already following me, click the follow button because I share regular LinkedIn insights and tips so that you can get the most out of the LinkedIn platform and seize the opportunities that come with using LinkedIn.